You know what that's called there, folks? Tyranny of the majority. Alex-Padilla is a tyrant. Now, he doesn't have the power, say, of a tyrant yet, but he is a proponent of the tyranny of the majority. Here in the left-hand corner, what does the tyranny of the majority mean? Well, tyranny of the majority, or tyranny of the masses, is a situation that can result from a system of majority rule, which we have now, unfortunately, wherein the majority group places its own interests above the interests of the minority group without consideration for the welfare or rights of the minority. Democrats, socialists are this way. In a direct democracy, for example, this form of oppression could involve the majority using the democratic process to shape public policy solely in their own interests, excluding the minority group from the distribution of benefits. And believe you me, folks, this guy right here, Alex-Padilla, is a freaking tyrant. You see, he thinks that you flyover states out there, you're human trash. You don't deserve representation, especially his ire was drawn to North and South Dakota, or when Bill Maher said, the territories of the Dakotas, you flyover states, you rubes. You see, you don't deserve senatorial representation. I don't even think he thinks that you deserve House of Representation for the states, for those pesky flyover states that don't vote for their best interests, like those pesky jackasses, Democrat socialists out in California. They believe that all. You should just believe what we believe because we know what's best. People in New York State and New York City, they know what's best for Louisiana. They know what's best for Nebraska and Iowa and North and South Dakota. You're just too stupid to understand. You're just too stupid to understand the nuances of Senator-selected Alex-Padilla because you're just dumb. Not like this Alex-Padilla, selected senator of California, this mental midget, this room temperature IQ piece of human garbage, this socialist Democrat piece of crap that just thinks you're too stupid to understand the nuances of a direct democracy because you don't deserve representation in the Senate because you don't have enough people. Well, folks, I hate to tell this to Alex-Padilla. That's not how the Constitution works. But leave it to Alex-Padilla to change the Constitution if he could, if he had the power to, but he doesn't yet. So what does Alex-Padilla do? Well, he runs his fat, stupid mouth, not knowing basic constitutional knowledge, and basically states that the Dakotas having more representation in the Senate than California. By the way there, you mental midget, that's two different states. Of course they're going to have more representation because it's two different states. You see, each state, according to the Constitution, which you hate there, Alex-selected Padilla, they get two senators. Regardless of the population, they get two senators. You see, Alex-Padilla, selected senator of California, you don't like that. You don't like that. There's people out there that don't want to put up with your bullcrap, don't want to put up with your socialist Democrat ideals. We don't like that. You see, people right of Pol Pot, Lenin, and Stalin hate this crap. But you, who are left of Pol Pot, Lenin, and Stalin, love this stuff. You like it. You love it. And you want more of it. And you want to make it hurt. And you want to make it hurt. So, on Friday's broadcast of HBO's Real Time, Senator-selected Alex-Padilla, Democrat, socialist douchebag of California, said the fact that there are 4 senators representing North and South Dakota, but only 2 representing California, should change the number of fronts. Well, there you mental midget. Split California up in two different states, or 4 different states, and you have more representation. Oh, that's right. It takes an act of Congress for that to happen. Oh, that's right. You really can't do that. And you see, people who are smart won't allow that. This guy definitely has a room temperature IQ. And this guy somehow was elected in California? Yeah, he was. And of course, Bill Maher, the other room temperature IQ douchebag, liberal piece of human crap, basically says there are 4 senators from the Dakota Territory. Well, I hate to break it to there, Bill Maher. You see, the Dakota Territories don't exist anymore. They're the states of North and South Dakota. But I hate to break that to you because you're a mental goddamn midget and you can't really think for yourself anymore. That's why you keep bringing on socialist douchebags, much like yourself, on your show. That represent about 2.5 million people, and one guy represents 20 million people. That's got to change, right? Oh yeah, let's change the Constitution up. Let's throw it out and create our own Constitution. Much like Venezuela, every couple years they just change the Constitution whenever it becomes pesky for them to sort of circumnavigate. They're like, well, this is just too much problem. Let's just change it. Let's do it this way. Padilla responded, it should change on a number of fronts. It's why not more things get done through the Senate? No, there, Alex Padilla. You see, the system in place that we have, while there's a lot of roadblocks a lot of times, it's to make sure you just can't ram things in. It's to make sure that you just can't push things through that you think you want. Oh, you know what that's called there, folks? Tyranny of the majority. And I already read the definition for that. This guy is a tyrant, flat out. Alex Padilla, selected senator of California, is a tyrant. He doesn't want you to have a voice. Well, let me take that back. If you have the correct political ideology, the correct D next to your name, the correct ideas that he will allow, Alex Padilla, selected senator of North California, believes that. You should have all the voice in the world, as long as you keep voting for him. But the minute you become recalcitrant, kind of a thorn in his side, he'll just sort of put you in a re-education camp, because Fourth and Fifth Amendment, you don't need those. Second, first, third, nah, you don't need that, because according to Alex Padilla, the Constitution gets in the way of things. We can't have that. Yeah. See, Alex Padilla is a tyrant. I bet he... Never mind. But I was going to say, I bet he pleasures himself to Nicolas Maduro picture, or Pol Pot, or Leonard Stalin on his mantle of his, you better believe, $1 million estate. Then he goes on even further, because Alex Padilla, once he opens his mouth, he'll stick his whole foot in there, because I'm pretty sure he's into that. Don't know, but I'm pretty sure. But let's go back to the electoral college, right? That's not one person, one vote. Again, this mental midget, this room temperature IQ piece of human trash, doesn't know the Constitution. And look what he is. Apparently he went to law school. Apparently he's in the Senate because he was selected by Gavin Newsom. Apparently he doesn't understand the Constitution. He doesn't know how electoral college works, because it gets in the way of nuance and the narrative. And he also added, it's one of those long-lasting things that needs to be corrected. Oh, what if it's not? Doesn't need to be corrected? No. You see, according to tyrants like this piece of human trash, the Constitution gets in the way, and it has to be corrected, because I can't push through things I want. Therefore, I will make it up as I go. Totally against the Constitution, but let's not hold him back. Jeez. Go back to the founding of our nation, how imperfect it was. Oh, how are you saying that it's not perfect? Nothing's ever perfect in this world, you piece of human trash. But to rise up against a tyrannical government that the United Kingdom was, and create our own country, that's not perfect? No, not. But there was time over the last 200 and something years to fix the issues in the past. I like to think that we fixed a great deal of them, but this piece of human trash is a socialist piece of human garbage, and he wants to, you guessed it, become a socialist nation. But it's that pesky Constitution that keeps getting in the way. Anywho, we have made a lot of progress, and that's the key word there, folks, boys and girls in Lazoland. Progress, progressive, pushing past the Constitution on a number of things. Representative democracy still needs some work. Oh, okay, let's just throw the Constitution out and create our own, because that's how the big boys in the world do it, right? Well, they do, but then whoever gets the power of the government sort of just rewrites the Constitution all willy-nilly, and it creates some sort of, I don't know, a continuum that doesn't necessarily work. Because if the laws are work one way and you change them the other day, they keep changing back and forth, creates a lot of instability. But that's what communists and mental midgets and room temperature IQ douchebags like Alex, selected California senator here, thinks. Padilla also noted that California's state policies eventually spread like a goddamn virus to the national level, sometimes despite the imperfect, again, electoral college, U.S. Senate, filibuster, etc. That needs to go. That there's an opportunity to leverage the size of our state, right? There you go. Leverage the size of our state. He wants to leverage California and just push stuff onto the rest of the country, especially you pesky flyover states, because you're just too stupid to understand nuances and the benefits of having a socialist dictator like Alex Padilla, Gavin Newsom, in California to just run roughshod over the rest of the country, because you're too stupid to understand. You don't know the nuances of socialism and its ideals. They're so perfect. If they're so perfect, they're Alex frickin' Padilla. How about we have to ask the Japanese Americans who were interned under your god leader like Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who's basically put people into re-education camps. Well, internment camps, because of the no other reason that they were Japanese descent. This is what you want, folks. This is what you want? I sure don't. But this is what you're gonna get if you keep electing socialist bastards like this a-hole right here. Keep electing him. Keep electing socialists, Democrats, and liberals. Keep putting them into office. I mean, how bad can it get, right? Well, it's pretty bad. Have you checked out the border lately? Have you checked out anywhere else in the country? How about even California? Oh, that's right. Homeless encampments. How about Oregon? Antifa's trying to burn down Portland every single day. But then again, why don't we try it? Because, socialism has never been tried technically to its fullest 100% end. Why don't we try it? What's the worst that can happen? Venezuela, right? It's so awesome there.